Well. What is going on, world? What's going on? How's everybody doing out there? We got the guy here, Mr.
Good with
Uchi
you, huh?
himself.
So you got a fresh cut there.
Yeah, it's about time. Yeah, it's about time. Been growing it for almost a year, so I figured it was time. So, who is your throwback player?
My throwback player is Felipe Lopez.
Hmm.
Reason why I picked Felipe back in the day when I was in high school, about 93, 94 ish, he was the man. I mean, him coming through St. John's, even before that, when he was in high school, he had a big name for himself. You know what I'm saying? He was out there just doing things. The athleticism and stuff that he had, he was like LeBron James before LeBron James, Kobe before all them players came out. He was out there doing it. He was Mr. Basketball in 94, Gatorade Player of the Year in 94, and won McDonald's MVP All American in 94. And that's over Rasheed Wallace and Jason Kidd was in his class that year.
Yeah, I remember that. He was probably one of the most hyped high school players I know in our time. And looking back at it, it's kind of unfortunate how his career turned out. But as far as high school goes, he was the man. It was this dude was everywhere, like literally everywhere. I definitely remember him, and
Yeah,
I don't know why his career never.
had
Say it again.
he had highlight tapes before there was really even highlight tapes for like high school and college players and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was like he was on a whole different playing field, like compared to everybody else in high school at that time. And so he was like one of the quote unquote can't miss projects at that time to make it into the to the NBA because I think they was trying to say if I'm memory serves me correctly, they was trying to say he should have just went straight to the league. But I don't think you could go to the league at that time straight out of high school for some reason. And I'm trying to remember what happened, why he didn't go straight to the league.
I don't know. I just know he went to St. John's to try to put him on the map.
Right.
So Chris Mullin and everybody was there. And he just wasn't from New York, but he kind of was raised in New York. And that was his like his project. And then I thought they was gonna be good when they got Ron Artest too. But
Man, I do it. It just it just never materialized. I don't know what happened and why it happened, but it just never happened for him. And I feel bad because I'm like, this dude was supposed to be you're right, he was supposed to be the LeBron before LeBron. And it just for whatever reason it didn't work out for him. And nowadays you gotta look at it like, would he be considered like a bust?
let's say his NBA career was pretty much a bust. He only
Mhm.
averaged like 6 points coming into the league, and that was what through like 6 or 7 years. He didn't really play that long in the league. But then again, he tore his ACL and his meniscus too, and that was pretty much it. Then he started playing overseas, so he didn't stay in the league too long due to injuries too.
But it's just like for you to hear and see about this dude, you was like, yo, this dude gonna be like Mike coming into the league, and it was almost like you couldn't wait. But then when you got to college, you didn't see what you saw in those mixtapes and stuff. I don't know if it was the system or what, but you didn't see him playing like he was playing like when he was in high school. He was like all over the place, dunking on everybody. It didn't materialize for him like that in college for some reason.
I think he stayed in college too long.
Mm,
He did say, his first 2 years, he's averaging, almost 20, 25. And then it started curling down, staying in longer and stuff like that. But I think he just wanted to try to get him back to the Final Four, which that never really happened. He did get him back into the, what do you call it, college playoff NCAA tournament. They got
right.
knocked in the first round, but still didn't help his chances going into the league. Kind of made him look even worse coming in.
I don't know. I just got mixed emotions about it only because what I wanted for him to happen, it didn't come close to happening for him in the NBA. And
Yeah.
the fanfare of me like watching this dude all of that time, like, yo, he's gonna be the next it factor. And then it just like nothing happened. You just like,
Yeah, I died down last year in college.
yeah. Cause you know, one thing I noticed, and it's unfair, but the longer you stay in college, the more they pick apart your game. You know, so if you are good your freshman year, you might as well leave. Because unless you just want to try to win a championship, it doesn't make sense for you to come back. Because all they're going to do is nitpick at your game to the point where you're going to go in the second round, regardless, because they're going to just keep picking. Oh, he can't do this. Oh, he can't do that. But if you leave after your freshman year, they'll figure out it afterwards. But as long as you stay in college, they're going to keep figuring out things to pick at your game. So I feel bad for him, man.
So you on that one.
All right. So we just gonna hop right into it, man. We just gonna hop right into it. The Team USA in trouble. Based upon what you saw or what you didn't see or what you cared to see. That's the better question. From what you cared to see, were you ever impressed with that team?
No, I was never impressed with them. Only person I was impressed with was, Anthony Edwards. That's the only person I really want to see out there. I just want to see him take the next step and coming into the league, as being the star player that he could be. I just want him to take that next step as that role player on the USA team as being a star player, which I think he did. I think he stepped up. I think, I can see the improvement in this team. I can see the maturity in the game. I can see everything in the game going the right way for him to be that star player. And on this team, I think he was a star player. He showed that he has enough, but the rest of the team, I just don't know. It wasn't a good team built, period, though. I did not like the USA team. Only player I did like was Edwards. They're a terrible team.
Okay, so I think we all kind of agreed that this team shouldn't have been constructed the way that it was because everybody keeps saying it, and I kind of agree with it. It was like a bunch of role players, and you're trying to fit and pick spots for these players to play. And in my opinion, you need like the upper echelon players on that team. You need at least 3 of them. You have 3 of them and a bunch of role players, cool. Because whenever, somebody is always going to be off and somebody's going to always be on. It's just a matter of what night or what game it is. But for you to have besides Anthony Edwards, who was the dog on that team?
I don't know. It wasn't. I mean, Austin played okay. I give it to him. They had a couple players that played okay, but they didn't have no superstar. Put it that way. That's
right.
What they needed. Someone who's going to dominate and just take over the game. Nobody.
And that's where the issue was because you don't have a player like that to take over the games whenever you need to, besides Anthony Edwards. And I believe if you have more star power there, then I think you can will some more games out of that. Like you don't lose to Germany, you don't lose to Serbia. Those are games that you win because you got that star power and that person that's going to take over those games. But because you don't have those type of players, and another thing I didn't like what Steve Kerr did, he played a lot of small ball, and I didn't agree with that. I think you got Jaren Jackson, you got Bobby Portis, like you have some bigs, some certified bigs that you could use, and I don't think he used them, in my opinion, the best way he should have.
Well, I can say in defense on Jaren Jackson, he ain't playing like no big from what I seen. You know what I'm saying? You're just not down there banging, you're not blocking shots, you're not rebounding. You know what I'm saying? To me, you the weak link out there. You had to come off the court. If you're not rebounding, playing defense, you weren't out there to score really. You're out there for defense and rebound, and you're not doing neither one of them.
So what's the point?
And then Bobby Portis, I don't really know him as a defensive person. I know him as pick and pop person. Never really seen him, down there getting dirty on the boards. I just know him as an offensive threat, a shooter. So I don't really think they had a person like that besides Jaren Jackson, and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. So I don't know who else they could have played.
I think the roster was just bad. Like I don't think it was a good roster, and because they isolate, in my opinion, they isolate players because they're players who want to play, but they're like, well, you don't fit the mold that we're trying to create. Whereas opposed to you just bring everybody there and let them go for it, and you pick the best of those players. Don't try to like, we only want this player, or we only want that player, or we want this player. Like Trae Young should have been on that team. Like there's no rhyme or reason why Trae Young should not have been on that team.
I agree.
And I just think that it's crazy because when you think about it, if they drop a player and get a player back, I'm trying to think who they could do. Who else could they get? They could get trying to think who else could they have gotten in that situation. They could have got some other players, in my opinion. I don't think it was just Trae Young. I think they could have got at least 2 or 3 more players.
I think they could have too, but were these players willing to play?
True. And it was the thing that like bothered me was that like, hold on. This is what really bothered me was this LeBron foolishness again. Now all of a sudden he says, "Oh, I'm gonna play in the 2024 Olympics," and I'm like, "Well, why didn't you play now? Like, why did you wait for the team to lose so now you could pump your chest? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you wait till now? You should have played then, so we wouldn't even have to be in that situation. Because if one of you play, you Tatum, because you know everybody follows his lead. So whatever he does, that's what everybody was going to do. So if he decided he wanted to play, more guys would have played. But because he didn't want to play, other guys like LeBron ain't playing, I ain't playing. But now it would be that they lost. Oh, I'll be there in 2024. Book it.
I agree with you. You shouldn't wait till want to play. You know what I'm saying? For them to keep losing. You know, because last time that happened, y'all came back and y'all lost. You know, you had to go get Kobe to help y'all, show you what to do to win. And I don't know. I don't like the fact that, like you're saying, he's coming out there and saying now he wants to play. What's that? 2 more years?
No, it'd be next year. It'd be 2024. It'd be Olympics.
So you got this whole season you got to go through.
Right.
Are you sure you're gonna be healthy? Or you know if you're gonna be able to play? You know, a lot of these players, we're saying we're gonna send all these players. We don't know what's going on because if you look at our roster that they're talking about sending, they're all injury prone players. No one's really like a guaranteed healthy player besides Tatum. He's probably the less injury prone player on there. Okay.
Yeah, them would be the only 2 that I would say. Yeah, those are the only 2 that don't traditionally get hurt.
Curry, KD, AD, LeBron,
Clay,
Zion. All these players are injury prone players.
Right.
And you want them to go through this whole season, play, then go through the summer and play, and you're at the end of your career, and then you're going to go right back into the season and play again hopefully for another championship. You know what I'm saying? So you're really compacting a lot of basketball in towards the end of your career when you're not really as healthy as you used to be either.
No.
Thinking you're going through 82 game season and the players that you guys got is looking like y'all going to make deep playoff runs. So as soon as that playoff ends, it's like you're taking a week or 2 off and you jumping right back in. And then that goes into what?
The following year. Because think about it. It'll go from 2020, 23, 24. You start the season this year. It goes into 2024. Then if you make a deep playoff run, that's going to probably be to like May. Then you might get a month or so off, maybe a little bit longer. Then you jump right into the Olympics, July, August time frame. Then September, October, you right back on the court again. So you never really got a chance to give your body a rest. That's why I personally, if they were going to play, they should have played now and been good with it as opposed to waiting.
I agree. Yeah, because you're just putting a lot more malice on your body going through the season, expect them to go through and play and still dominate. Not saying if you can't dominate, but
Shut up,
how
nigga.
easy it's going to do. Look who showed it.
Mr. Ignorant himself.
Oh, what's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Good.
So, do you think that the Team USA should send their best players every single time?
Yep. The other countries send their best players. Why shouldn't we? I heard all them is coming. I even heard Embiid's gonna play for the USA.
I definitely don't believe that.
You don't believe it?
Heck no.
I
No.
believe it.
Why would he play for America?
He said he's a U.S. citizen.
Win. You know, if he plays for his country and they send in a squad, they ain't winning. He ain't
No.
gonna win no unless he plays with them.
Yeah, I believe he's gonna play for USA.
Well, you could be right, but I just don't understand. Like, so how did you like the team? The team that just played in the World Cup?
Trash.
Okay, great. We're gonna move on then.
That was terrible, bro. Oh my god. They didn't have see Lithuania was that was the problem. It was too big and they was getting killed because it was too big. They had no size.
Yep.
They only had one real scorer on the team. I mean, that was bad.
So, do you think it's more so on coaching or more so on the players? Because I
I
got
think
to somebody about that.
I think it's the roster.
Yeah.
So you just
The way it was, the way it was configured, it was not. There was no balance. It was I don't know what it was. I mean, you got a whole bunch of people that don't really play minutes in the NBA, and it was just.
we on the same page. I don't know. Like we didn't send that one superstar out there. Like not one. Like you got to send at least one of your superstars. Like at least one. So you got a chance to win gold every single time. But
No.
for you not to send
One.
huh?
All these European teams, they got a superstar now.
Yeah, most of them.
More than one.
That's why it didn't make sense for you not to send at least one of yours because everybody else sending their best.
Oh, I agree. We should always send our best. I don't know why players aren't choosing to go or they're waiting to go to the big Olympics and not the FIBA. I'm trying to play in all of them. I'll be like Melo. Put me in, coach.
Right. So I don't know. I just thought that was really weird that they would do something like that.
But y'all heard the rumors, though, right? Well, the report that all of them come into the Olympics, LeBron and Curry and all them.
They're gonna do that now because they lost.
But I mean, they need to go. Shit, they won't need to be losing to them.
You have to go through another 82 game season. Y'all about to go to probably a deep playoff run, and none of these players are healthy players. They always getting injured, and then you talking about going to the Olympics right after that, and then right after the Olympics you gonna start another season up right after that at the end of your. That's
But okay, but look at it like this though, Sean. Only 4 teams essentially going to be making real deep playoff runs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to literally come down to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals teams, and then the NBA championship. So technically, it's only going to be 4 teams at that point. Now, depending on who those 4 teams are, I can understand if those players decided to skip the Olympics and stuff, then that would make sense. But it's only 4 teams. So I don't think all of those teams, for example, let's just say Denver with Jamal Murray, but he's going to probably play for Canada if I'm not mistaken. But let's just use him as an example. If Denver makes another playoff run like they did last year, I wouldn't expect him to play in the Olympics because of the run that they made in the NBA Finals and won the championship. I think that's too much to ask of him to keep on playing.
But yeah, so I'm saying these NBA players, they older than him, way older. And if they make a long run, they turn right back around and jump in and play. Because look, KD, we expecting them to make a good run. Steph Curry and them at least get out the second round. LeBron and them get out the second round. And that's 2 off of their squad. So, I don't know. I don't think they got Zion up there and they had AD up there. I don't know about them.
Had him up there for what?
To be on the team.
What team?
The USA team that's going.
No, for real. What team?
For real.
So you trying to tell me you really think that Zion and Anthony Davis is going to be healthy enough to go through a whole NBA season, a deep playoff run, and play in the Olympics?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
Okay.
But they have them on the roster as like the people that they want to send over. It was LeBron, AD, Curry, Tatum, Booker,
KD.
Zion, KD, and somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough. Like,
That's enough.
No,
If they
when I'm,
healthy.
Yeah, that's enough.
no, what I'm saying is that's not enough in relation to them staying healthy that whole time. I don't think they will be able to stay healthy. Or not all of them.
Yeah, me either.
So now this question came up. Could Team USA be the world team? Like our best players against the world. So basically like Joker, Embiid, Luka, like all of those players, could they come? Or not a one-on-one, but in let's say a 7-game series, could they beat Team USA? Or could Team USA be the world team?
I don't think Team USA could beat the world team.
Because you'll have Giannis.
Who?
The world.
Yeah,
I'm saying the world team will have Giannis.
Yeah, they have Giannis. They'll have Anthony Towns. They got Joker. They got
Luka.
Embiid. They got Luka. They got Anthony Wiggins. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Jamal Murray.
Curry.
I don't think they could.
And that's all young talent too. Only team in USA you got, I think. KD and Tatum and Booker.
You want to put LeBron on the team?
I mean, you have to, but at this age, he ain't the same LeBron. If he was younger, if they was in their prime, then it'd be different. I don't know, 7-game series against them big boys. And they too big. I don't see them beat.
Yeah, we just don't got the size, but we still, I don't know. I mean, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. You never know.
So you think Tatum, Booker, LeBron, KD, who else?
Curry.
It's probably gonna be what's that dude from Miami?
Jimmy
The center.
Butler? Oh,
No, the center.
Bam.
Adebayo.
Yeah, Bam was on there.
You think that'd be enough to beat the world?
No, Bam too small.
Yeah, they don't got enough size. They could probably run them, but I don't know. I have to see it. That'd be nice to watch.
It definitely would. Like I don't think I don't think we have anything coming. Not with that. If they align it correctly, I don't think we got anything coming.
Either. Because I don't even think we could run them. If we put like Luka and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the 1 and 2, then you got Giannis at the 3, Wiggins at the 3, Giannis at the 4, or even Joker at the 5. I mean, they got so many matchups. It's like it would be wow.
Because I would put actually
Heat coming off the bench. What?
I would put Jamal Murray in as either the point guard or the 3. Because he can literally play 1 or 2.
Yeah, but we got shooters over here though. They ain't got no damn shooters. That's the difference.
You don't think Jamal Murray is shooting?
I don't. Let me just set the record. I don't like that nigga. So that's just me. I mean, y'all can like. I just don't like Murray. I just don't like him for personal reasons. I just don't like him. I mean, I just don't like him. I don't like the Nuggets. I don't like nothing about Denver. Nothing. No.
What's that gonna do with his basketball skills, bro?
I just don't like Murray. Like I just don't like him.
You date your old lady or something, man? Golly.
I mean, Murray's okay. I mean, I don't like the hype around that dude. He's not. I don't know. It's all right.
Okay. I mean,
It's my opinion. I mean, he's all right.
I can't be mad at you for your opinion about him. I'm just that's your opinion. I just know from what I saw last year in the NBA Finals, how he was just cooking everything, and it's like it's kind of hard for me not to put him above a lot of people when he was out there cooking everybody. Like anybody they played against, he was giving them work. So
he was only good because what was around him. He ain't good without that. He wasn't good without all the other players.
But that's like everybody. You gotta have someone around you to be good.
But no, he was not good.
We know that.
you hold on. Did you see the Bubble Murray? Did you see him? Because if you saw the Bubble Murray, then you know this dude is capable of. I mean, he was dropping off.
What happened in the bubble? What did he do? Lose?
I mean, everybody lost. A lot of people lost in the bubble. I'm talking about his scoring though. The way he was scoring in the bubble.
Last year's Murray then, what did he do?
Who?
Last year's Murray.
I mean, he had a decent playoffs. I mean, you thought that was great.
But what did he do?
Joker's the one that won the MVP, was it?
Well, actually,
Oh, what was the lights? The lights went out.
No,
Oh,
he won.
oh, he said he won the finals.
Yeah.
So I mean, what does winning and losing have to do with how good he's playing?
He's okay. Okay, we just go to the next topic.
That's the thing.
There's no convincing me. There's no convincing me on that dude. He's not that great to me. He's okay.
That's
All
what
right.
it is. Your personal feelings be having you.
Hating this guy for no reason.
That's what it is. Personal feelings be hurting them.
All right, so you see, the NBA is trying to implement this rule or rules, basically stating that they're trying to force these players to stop sitting out games. Do you think the NBA has the right to do such a thing? Like basically saying, unless you like got a broken leg or something severe, then you need to be out there on the court playing. You think that's fair?
Yep, I do think it's fair.
Yeah, because you're a product. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all, you don't have no NBA. Y'all ain't playing. What you doing? I mean, y'all have to play, especially these stars. You have to play. I don't know if you hurt, you hurt. I understand that. But,
Yeah.
Taking like this games off, just to be taking games off, just to rest when you know you can play. I don't agree with that.
Right.
Cause especially because we be like season ticket holder for the Hawks, right? We go to them Hawks games, you be so mad whenever one of the key players is not there. It's just like disappointing. He's like, I came to watch. You say, wherever, and it's like, damn, like he ain't playing. Why? He don't show up on injury report or nothing. He's just not playing. That's just not cool. I'd be mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I apologize for you having season tickets for the Hawks.
It's like it's a package. He's buying like a package of games. I just like going. Then the Hawks game be nice, boy.
Oh, I know. Because we went to the Falcons game and it was nice, so I can imagine what the basketball games are like. But
yeah,
I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate on this one because if I say that I'm hurt, why would you try to force me to play? Then that means I'm going to be out even longer if I try to play on it and I get hurt even more. So I will rebut that by saying, like, I'm not playing. You don't know how hurt I am. Only the doctor knows that because they examined me and they could tell me. So therefore I can tell you. But I do agree with you that if you are injured, you should be on the injury report. It shouldn't be like no last minute type of situation. If you're injured, you should be on the injury report so that people know ahead of time if they want to go to those games or not. But sealing it, and then when you get to the game, they're like, oh, so-and-so is not playing. Yeah, you pissed off because you're like, yo, I wanted to see this player play. And I can't even see him play because if he was on the injury report, I wouldn't have came to the game. And I think that's what they're trying to prevent. But I do think that players are going to be smart enough to figure out a way around it because you can't force somebody to play basketball. That's just my thinking.
But how come before they didn't have a problem playing basketball? Like in the 90s? I don't understand.
If I
Oh, shit.
Man.
Here we go. Here we go.
That was my fault, man. I was in a big tournament, man. It took longer than I expected, man. Y'all good?
Hey, Rome.
What up?
I'm gonna tell you something. This famous man once told me one time. He told me this a long time ago. He said, "Man, you got more excuses than the brother locked up."
No, I'm serious, man. I was in a tournament, man. It's supposed to have been over, and them folks procrastinating, man.
It's cool, Rome. We done bypassed it. So, do you think
better late than never, brother? What you need my input on?
Do you think the NBA should try to force players to play when they're quote unquote injured?
Not injured. You shouldn't play through injury, but with them all those BS injuries, yeah, they need to play through those. I mean, I like all the sitting back, like, you know, I think I seen where they can't sit two stars at one time, and I think they should sit the stars at the home games, and that'll change everything. Instead of the away games, like if they're gonna rest stars, they need to be in the away games. You know, where the teams only send them like 1 or 2 times instead of where a home team got 40 games, they can rest them there.
Right. I agree with that.
Okay, but then how do you
play? You should be playing unless you hurt.
Okay, but then what I'm saying is how they say they're not trying to sit 2 stars at the same time. But what if they are hurt at the same time? Then what?
Then, I mean, ain't nothing they can do. They got legitimately sit. But I mean, all those BS injuries, that rest and stuff, they got to cut that out, man, somehow. I mean, the players, you know, like I understand it's technology and players doing it for their bodies, but they got to find a way to cut out all this BS injuries, you know, because these fans, they're paying a lot of money for these tickets, man.
Like Issue said, back in the day, they were playing all games, and this technology is supposed to be so much better. How
Exactly.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Exactly.
You know, the Spurs started this stuff. Like, you know, this is Greg Popovich, and he said he got better, you know, after they did it, then everybody else caught aboard. I don't know. I think it's BS too, though. But like, you know, they saying because they play so many games, technology to say, you know, you play. But like you said, the old heads used to play 80+ games every year. So it's a catch-22, man.
I look at it like what Sean was saying. If you ain't hurt in issues, if you ain't hurt, you need to be out there on the court. I mean, like hurt, like broken ankle stuff or like little ankle sprains. I get it. Grade high ankle sprains, I get those.
Right.
But like a little soft ankle sprain, I think you should be playing. Pinky jam, you should be playing.
Yeah.
Now,
I agree with you on. I agree with Eric. I agree with y'all on that too.
So.
Only way they should be not playing if they seriously injured, man, or it could be they're at risk of getting, you know, injured further. Like if they play it, it'll be even worse. Something to that nature. Otherwise, they need to be playing.
Right, which makes sense.
God damn, that moonroof is like all the way to the back seat. Like, what are you driving, my boy?
I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
The lighting out there is just crazy. Like, I just feel like I wish I was there. Like, I don't know why I feel like I was there. I wish I was there. Like, it just looks dope over there right now. The moon roof is like all the way to the back. like, this dude, man. Okay, let's go. My bad. I just looking at this nigga like, damn, he's living
All
a
right.
good life.
Okay. So listen.
I know the right people, man.
So now that we all know that Victor Wembanyama is going to be the San Antonio Spurs star, how many games do you think that he can help muster this team to this year? You think they're going to be around the same that they won last year? You think they're going to win more? You think they're going to win less?
How many they win last year? Like 12?
12 games. God damn.
No, I don't think it's that many.
Oh, I was about to say, God damn.
Oh, I thought they was like
Yeah.
real low.
Yeah, I don't know how many they won, but I would say they're going to win more this year, just based off Popovich's track record. You know, as long as they don't have a injury-prone season, he's. I think to me, he's the best coach in the league, or arguably the best coach, one of the best coaches of all time. I think he'll bounce back, and you know they'll do decent, not playoff decent, but better than last year.
They won 22 games last year.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna beat that.
They're gonna win 27 this year.
If they win 23, that beats it.
Yeah. So, hold on, I couldn't hear you, Sean. What you say?
I don't see them winning over 30 games.
You don't think they
I
can win
agree.
over 30?
Yeah, I agree with issues. I think they're going to be right around where they were before.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't see a huge jump. I don't neither. I don't see it.
All right, okay. So if Portland won 33 games last year with and without Dame in and out of the lineup, and that's only 11 more games than what San Antonio won. I think Victor can easily get them a good 9 more wins, 9 to 10 more wins.
OKC, you got that.
Okay.
If
They
Dame's
still-
going back to Portland, playing healthy, Portland's gotten better.
So we think. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stay there all year.
I think they're going to be better than the Spurs. I still think the Spurs.
Yeah,
are the
I
weakest
I
team
agree
in
with
the
that.
West.
You said you think the Spurs gonna what?
I think the Spurs are the weakest team in the West still.
Damn, I can't
I'm-
think of all the teams right now, but that's you. I can see that.
Let me
Okay,
see.
so
Besides
So
the
the-
Rockets, between them and the Rockets. The Rockets
Yeah, no, the Rockets. Yeah, I think I say the Rockets. Yeah,
but the Rockets,
but
I
the
think
Rockets
is
got a
gonna
little
be
bit better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
the
I'm saying.
Rockets got
better.
Rockets going to be a little bit better. But
And I
it's
think
between
Portland's going
the
to
bottom.
decline.
Who?
Portland. I think Portland going to be worse.
They're gonna decline, but they're gonna be better than
Than the
San
Spurs?
Antonio though. Yeah. Unless they accept the trash trade for Damian, unless they feed us BS and take that trade, they should be better because they still got a decent team.
Right. I agree. Their team is still good. They picked up some good talent. The rest of them gained the storage, or whatever his name is, their center.
Mhm.
Then, other than that, I think they straight. They got a good little squad. I still think they're better than the Spurs. I just don't see the Spurs. I like Victor. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he's going to, be a star. I think he's going to kill his first little NBA league. I think he's going to average over 20-something points, but he ain't got enough around. They ain't got no squad. That's why I'm going to be him.
Well, hold on. Let me go. Something.
One day, I'm the best.
You think he's gonna average over 20?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
he should be easy for him.
Yeah.
Hold on. I do agree with Sean. He should easily average because Kelvin Johnson averaged 22 last year. So his numbers
Yeah.
are going to get cut.
Okay.
He nice.
Right.
Vassell averaged 18 last
Oh
year.
yeah. He'll get it in. He gonna get the attempts.
Yeah, he definitely gonna get it. So I can see him putting up 20 plus a night.
Right.
But I think that by them having Johnson from last year, I think that's gonna help him out a whole lot. Because all the pressure won't be all on him just to score all the time. They got actual players that can score besides him.
See, I think the Spurs gonna focus on his defense more than his offense, man.
And you think you try to turn him into like a David Robinson type?
No, they're gonna let him score too, but like they're gonna the Spurs always play defense first. So I think they're gonna focus on his defense too.
I can see that.
You got to make it to the playoffs to do play defense. Other than that, you ain't playing against nobody.
Okay, so
You said make it to the playoffs, Sean?
Yeah, because look, what centers you gonna be facing on a nightly basis?
Yeah, they ain't really minute. You know what, Sean? I can see them because he's so thin, putting him at power forward instead of center.
Even that, what power forwards you gonna be facing on a nightly basis?
Yeah, I think he just be rim protection because I think I can see him being a rim protection. But you're right though, it's not a lot that he's gonna see on a nightly basis.
As I say, he got to get to the playoffs to where he gonna be seeing something where like, oh, we can see he can play some defense, or this is what he gonna be able to do. But other than that, he should have the advantage almost every night.
So
Yeah, well, he won't be in the playoffs this year. We know that.
For the next 4 years.
what if they move him? What if they put him at the 3?
I can see, man, Popovich is innovative. I can see him doing that too.
I would literally probably play him at the 3, or maybe even the 4, either one. But I don't think I would have him as my center. I think because I would want to be able to use all his gifts by playing the 3 and the 4, as opposed to you just putting them in the post and just leaving them. That's the only reason why I wouldn't want to put him at the center, because I wouldn't want to just put him in the post all the time. Because he's too gifted, to my opinion, he's too gifted of an athlete to just be in the post. You know what I'm saying? Trying to post up people. But go ahead.
What centers?
I agree with you, Don. That's a good.
Like
Joker and Embiid really only 2 centers left.
Right.
Unless he's playing Joker and Embiid, or you shouldn't be down there, or probably Anthony Davis. Other than that, you should be down there working out. You 7'3", ain't no one even. Every center you're gonna be facing is probably 6'10".
Right, but
yeah, but see, he's about 160 soaking wet though.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
And even like yeah, you gotta account for, even though them cats might not play, they strong as hell, man. And he got to get there.
All you gotta do is turn around and shoot. You 7'3",
But that's why I would probably put him at the 3, because
he
he
get
definitely
pushed
gonna shoot on everybody. With
Yeah.
no problem, he gonna be definitely shooting on everybody. As opposed to like him trying to face up against the center, that's gonna be a lot of weight on him every single night, depending on who they play. But that's why I said I would probably move him to a 3, like almost like a KD type. Honestly, I would use him like a KD.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Don. That I was thinking that too. That would be a good, because he actually versatile. Yeah. And then like he's so light, he can't be down there bodying with them 3s. With them 4s and 5s right now.
No,
definitely not.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't want him in the post. I wouldn't want him to use his gifts the best way he can as a 3 or 4, as opposed to like a center. Even though the centers shoot a lot, I would still think that he would be better served as a 3, just because of his weight. If he was a little bit heavier, I would probably be like, we put him at the 4-5 and let him go to work.
Right.
But because he's not that heavy, I would treat him like Kevin Durant and just let him play the 3.
And he's gonna be a good defender.
I mean, he is 225. Shit. I mean,
he's been a lot of weight.
But damn,
he was like 215.
Yeah, down here it says he's 225. I mean, I don't know if he's 225.
Yo, that's light, because he almost 74. That's light.
Right.
Because I was 6'3" and 200 pounds. That's 20 more pounds than me, and I was 6'3", or I'm 6'3", or 6'2", whatever. But that's light for him to be that tall and to be that thin.
Right.
Yeah, but
I was about 230 down when I was at your wedding, man. So he tripping.
Okay, first of all, I think Jerome lying about that. I think he was a little bit heavier than 230.
I'm at 215 now, brother. I'm losing weight, man.
That's what I like to hear. That's what
I'm getting back down, man. My back ain't killing me like it used to, so I can exercise now.
That's what I'm talking about, Rome. Way to get that weight down.
Yeah, because he's giving up like 60 pounds on the
Right.
on other centers. Yeah.
So
No,
like,
man,
how much?
having
You see how much does Giannis weigh? Just out of curiosity.
Giannis muscle
Let's see.
though too.
Let's see.
No, I'm
Giannis
just
is
curious to see the weight.
About 260,
You said
270.
260.
I think so.
Giannis is muscle too though.
Giannis is 243.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
wow. Well, so he not really that much off then, because that's only what 20, maybe give or take the 20-pound difference.
But you
How
gotta
much
think
is
like
Giannis?
he
How much
can't
is
be a
Giannis?
center. He gotta be a power forward if anything. Because like the centers like Brooke Lopez is 280.
Big
What's his name? Embiid's 260.
That's a big dude too. He's sloppy.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Let me
How much
let me
y'all say
see it,
Giannis
boy.
is, man?
He
What he
said
doing with
243.
243 Giannis?
No, yeah, that's what issues just say. He 243.
Man, that's light, man. I thought he was bigger than that, but he's pure muscle though. He
Yeah,
probably
he's
zero
much.
body fat and all that.
Mhm.
Giannis strong as hell though.
You gotta show the bridge in the background, huh?
Damn, and Joker's 284. God damn, that's a big motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you
Wait. He was
Yeah.
big.
and you trying to put him at a center. There's no way I'm putting him as my center.
He got to play power forward. There's no way.
Okay.
That's what I say. Once you get in the playoff, that's when you're gonna start seeing your matchups. Because on a nightly basis, you ain't seeing nothing like that.
No, that's true. And
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
feel-
if they can create, Popovich is gonna work this out. Watch, I just got a funny feel. I don't know what he's gonna do,
Right.
but he's gonna work out
Yeah.
something where he's gonna be the focal point of that team, and he's gonna make sure
Right.
that it runs almost like when Tim Duncan was there.
Right, exactly. See, I got faith in Popovich too, man.
And
So
that's
what
why
you think?
I think they're gonna be better than y'all think. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. Book
I don't
it,
know about making the playoffs.
book it.
Nah, man. Hell no.
Book
I
it.
give you 30 games, Don. I don't know about the playoffs because you got so many. So who got you got Phoenix, you got Denver, Clippers, Lakers,
I'm about to tell you.
Memphis,
Yeah.
Suns,
Memphis,
Clippers,
yeah.
Warriors,
You got Warriors.
Lakers,
Phoenix.
Minnesota, OKC.
Yeah, Minnesota, yeah. OKC, yeah, all them teams ahead of them.
Scared
Dallas.
money don't make no money. That's what I was always told.
And then and I didn't even say New Orleans. I forgot about New Orleans.
New
There's a
Orleans
reason
and
why you
Dallas.
forget about New Orleans.
Yeah, Dallas
But-
ahead of them too.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. So I was thinking about this the other day about New Orleans. Would you trade Dame for Zion?
I would.
Hell no.
What?
Dame too old.
I wouldn't trade nobody for Zion. I wouldn't care who it is.
Yeah, if Dame wasn't so old, maybe,
He ain't gonna play.
but he too old. Yeah, Dame too old.
I think I'm agreeing with Sean on this one. I would, if I was Portland, I would make that trade. If I was Portland, I'm doing that trade. But if I'm okay,
Yeah.
if I'm New Orleans, I wouldn't do it. But if I'm Portland, I'm
Right.
definitely doing that trade.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with both of those. But yeah, they'd be foolish to do it. I mean, like you basically giving them the old CJ McCollum backcourt again that didn't work. Even though they do have a squad around them now.
That's what I'm about to say. Their team is a whole lot better.
It did work. Injuries.
Yeah.
They ran into good teams too, though. Honestly, they wasn't beating the Warriors, nor they
Beating OKC.
they had too much. Yeah, they had too much faith in them.
Young. They weren't as good as they were now.
That's why I think that if I'm Portland, I would like, all right, scrap it. If you don't want to send, if I can't send them to Miami, how about I send them to New Orleans for Zion and you get this contract?
Yeah, they will have to give me a young piece though. I mean, like if I'm New Portland, they don't get an opportunity to get talent often, so they gotta take advantage of this. So they got to get a young talent because free agents don't come there. And
So
I won't. I would definitely take Zion. What's up with you, man?
I would take Zion.
You said you wouldn't?
What up? What you say, homie?
Thank you, Sean. How about not? No, we're not taking Zion. Giving anybody else but Zion. Shit.
So,
What up, man?
but okay, but if that trade came about, who else would you trade then?
No, I would say Zion.
I don't. Off of Pelicans?
I can
So,
If you can trade Dame Lillard. If I'm Portland, I'm not trading for Zion. I want at least
You want-
Brandon Ingram.
why wouldn't you trade for Zion if you was Portland?
Right. Well, the injury history, I can see that, but
He don't
Zion
play.
must see TV.
That's what I'm about
He
to
must
say.
see
Like,
TV when he play though.
we don't see him on TV, so how could we got to get on TV to be must see? Goddamn.
What,
When's the last
But
time you
one
seen him
thing-
play?
what I'm saying is he's a highlight reel. So if he's playing, like they're gonna put him on TV, they're gonna find a way to play him because of his dunks and stuff.
Still talking about the
I'm not finna. I'm not. He got to. He. Go ahead.
no, I'm trying what Sean said.
Go ahead, Sean.
real except for that high school one.
Why would you put? Why would you give up capital for a nigga that don't even touch the floor?
Because
For what?
I'm about to tell you exactly why. Because if you're gonna lose Dame, you're gonna have to get something in return, right?
Right.
Something that's gonna be on his caliber or higher. And the closest
Right.
thing that you could get right now for him is probably Zion. There's no think about it. Who else can you get that's on his level or higher that can? Because you got to look at it like this. If you're Portland, you need to start selling tickets because you're giving away your best player. So who else will
So
sell tickets?
But if I'm New Orleans though, I wouldn't take on Dame contract. He's gonna make $60 million and he's 33, 34 years old. I
What you
wouldn't
think
do
you-
it because he's not going to turn him into a contender. Like it's not like they're gonna win a chip with him.
Man, what's Zion's contract?
He
No,
got
hold on.
this
I don't
man
know.
got $34 million about to get paid. Zion. This
Man.
dude is 6'6", 284 pounds. Like, stop.
Yeah.
You know he wasn't that much.
It said 6'6", 284. He's big as a goddamn center. That's why he can't stay healthy.
I definitely
Yeah,
didn't know
he-
that.
Yeah, he
See,
definitely
I'm
needs
not-
to play.
Have him. I don't want him.
34
You want
million he's about to get
Zion?
paid. God damn.
Yeah, we ain't seen this dude play in 3 seasons.
Right.
What you
Him, AD, none of them I would take on their contracts. If I'm another team, I wouldn't take on Zion or AD.
so okay, so that's what I'm
They
asking.
over there handing out money too in on the Pelican. McCullough 35, and then Ingram 33.
Nah, really.
God
You did the
damn.
right move though. Yeah.
Who you say, Sean?
McCullough got that contract and came over.
All right, bro, take it in. All right.
Zion didn't get.
So you think they going what restructure CJ contract?
No issues.
They don't do that. They don't do that in league.
And I was saying that CJ McCollum contract came over with them in that trade.
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah.
They gave him
Okay.
that money. And then Brandon Ingram got paid from the Pelicans.
Okay. God damn.
Remember? And he was on that rookie contract. Portland, they had to repay him to keep him.
Right, I got you.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Herbert Jones? He's getting 12 million. Who the hell is that nigga?
Oh,
That's
He
a
good?
defender.
Herb
he
is
played good
he's the
defense.
guy, and he pretty legit. I will say
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Herb is pretty legit. That's my guy.
He's
from
12. Oh, he's $12 million legit.
Yeah, he's legit. I
Yeah.
would give him 12 million. Actually,
Yeah.
in my opinion, you lowballing him because he could play the point too, and he played real good defense.
But that's
Oh,
pocket
yeah.
change right now though. That's
Huh?
pocket change compared. That's pocket change for him actually though.
Think about it.
Hell-
That's what I said. Like you getting over on him right now because that next contract come up, he gonna be up in the 20s. As long as he keep playing like he playing. All right. So listen, do y'all think that Chris Paul is gonna start for the Warriors? I say yes.
No, I think he's coming off the bench. Eventually he'll start.
I
That's
don't
my
see how he
opinion.
fit. I don't see how he fit in their starting lineup. Honestly, I mean, because what he do, they don't really need at all. And I'm surprised they haven't traded him, but I don't see him fitting in the starting lineup personally. Now he can help with the second unit, getting the young cat in play, getting them in position and stuff to play. But I don't think I think he slows up their first unit.
Should he start? I don't think he should start. Can he
Gotcha.
start? Yeah. He's the
Right,
point
right,
guard. I mean,
right.
think he'll get them in the offense good. I think he'll make Curry and plays game a lot easier. They can run off screens a lot more because one, you have them two running off screens instead of one of them always having the ball. You know what I'm saying? And Draymond setting the screen because it's usually one of them three having the ball. And now you got a good ball handler, a good decisive person who knows what to pass it to and stuff like that. Running. So
Yeah, so to me, Sean, I think he takes them out of the game because like with Draymond's really had the ball in his hands, and Steph and Curry are running. And now Draymond do set picks. He runs a pick and roll for him. I think with Steph, with Chris Paul and Draymond in the game, they kind of cancel each other out because now Dre, it kind of takes away from his role and what he's good at,
Which is what?
setting picks and running the offense.
well, he better get great at setting picks then.
I mean, he's already good at that, but that's what I'm saying. He had a ball that off the ball movement. He knows the offense well. I think CP3 will slow them down.
I don't think so.
So
Why is this dude's lighting so good? You got a camera with you? Like a real camera?
No. I'm
That
using my
nigga
phone. I'm just
He got the camera
I stopped-
crew with his ass. Like the lighting and everything is perfect. Like, god damn. This is a show off, bro.
I stopped in the garage and with a light, man.
Look at
I can't take
the
the credit,
background. You got like, god damn. But go ahead. My bad,
No, I
y'all.
can't-
I just this dude here would be showing his ass, man. Oh my god.
I can't
He's
take
a
the credit.
show
man.
off. Look at the lighting, like for real. Like nobody light look like that.
It's nighttime. It's still light here, man.
He got the camera crew. He got MGC following his ass.
That was a good one.
But I'm gonna tell you something that Chris Paul can do that Draymond Green can't do, and that's score points. There's another score that you got in the starting lineup. That's why I say firmly that I would put Chris Paul in the starting lineup, and I would just work it like that. I would not have him coming off the bench because to me, I think he's too great of a talent. I'm not saying that they can't do it. I just personally wouldn't do it. I think the more people you have scoring in that first unit, the better, like the leads you can get out to throughout the game, as opposed to like.
CC done.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll go ahead. No, you said opposed to what? My bad.
No, I'm saying as opposed to like you only have, let's say, 3 scores on the court. Now you got a legit 4 to 5 scores because you can't rely on Draymond Green points. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not consistent like every single night. But you know for a fact that Chris Paul can drop anywhere between 10 to 20 points a night. That's a given. But Draymond, his points aren't given every night. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be 6 one night, 7 one night, 3 one night. You know what I'm saying? His numbers don't go over 10 a whole lot. Not saying he can't, it just doesn't.
Right. So for that very reason, Don, is the reason why I wouldn't. I would want his scoring coming off the bench. Now I would let him finish games, but the small backcourt, to me there's going to be defensive problems, on one end. But I would want him to finish games, but starting wise, I would want them points coming off the bench so I can keep my bench points scoring. Like you got Steph that he's gonna be a scorer. You got Clay, if he's in the shape, he's gonna have a scoring. Then you got Wiggins scoring. That's more than enough scoring to start the game. And you have that balance coming off the bench. That's why I would bring him in off the bench instead of having all my punch at one. Because where's the scoring gonna come off the bench? Now, if you start him, you don't have Poole coming off the bench anymore. And I think he'd put the young cat that's jumping out the gym. I can't think of his name right now.
So you got Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga. So I think he'll get him in position. He'll put him in better position, running the offense. Because the offense they run, only the one that they run with Steph, they wouldn't need that offense with Kuminga because it wouldn't work without the shooting.
I agree with you.
I don't know.
But-
But yeah, with Steph and Clay in the game, like Don, they move without the ball so well. Chris Paul, like he kind of pound the ball, and that's not the strong suit of what the Warriors need.
But I don't think he's gonna be doing that. Oh, so look at it like this. It's almost like you in the Olympics in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he's gonna be.
Right.
I think Chris Paul's gonna be playing like that. He's gonna be playing that real unselfish type of ball, and only
Right.
gonna score when they need him to score at certain points of the game. Like if they need a quick shot, he's
Right,
gonna
right.
shoot it. But for
Right.
the majority of it, I think Chris Paul just gonna be passing the rock the whole time. I don't think he's gonna be holding the ball because like you just said, they're gonna be coming off screens
Right,
consistently.
right.
And as
Right,
they
right.
keep these screens, they can hit shots. But then in the same token, if they fake the screen, Chris Paul can hit the shot. If the two men jump on Steph or Clay,
Right.
the wide open shot that he can hit, that you know he can hit, as opposed to Draymond Green, you wouldn't. I'm not going out there to check him if he got the ball. For what? I know he can't score out there.
Right. So I agree with you on that. So I think at the end of games, there's a lineup they're going to use. I just think, for what the offense that they have, the players that they have, the shooters, they don't really need him in the starting line. Like Sean say, he can start. They need him more coming off the bench to get Kuminga and the other young cats into like a regular offense versus trying to run without it. That how they move without the ball only works when Steph and Clay in the game. Because if they not in the game, we're not going to chase y'all around all these screens because y'all can't shoot like that.
Right.
According to this depth chart, they got them starting. They got Chris Paul, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, and Draymond. I hope they ain't running it like that. Ooh.
I think
But
this
so
year
who that guy coming out the bench? Huh?
get exposed.
The second unit is Moody, Payton, Kuminga, Looney.
And see, I think who's going to start is Payton. They're going to bring Payton in for defensive purposes to start, and Chris Paul going to be coming off the bench. They're going to have three defenders and two offensive players.
I wouldn't do that. I would
I'm
not.
not.
No, I'm not.
Depth chart's probably not accurate, but I mean, and they have Steph at the second unit. And just I don't know how they're gonna play that. That lineup's too damn small.
Right.
But I don't think that having. I would probably bring Wiggins off the bench more so than I would put Chris Paul off the bench. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I need to have Kevin Looney starting regardless, because that's technically your only big man. So if I have him coming off the bench, that's not going to be helpful for my unit. So I would need to have Draymond in and Looney in at the same time if I'm going to do it like that, and just have Wiggins come off the bench. So it'd be Chris Paul, Steph, and Clay, Draymond, and Looney would be the five.
See, that's an off balance team. Like Looney's not only going to be needed. Like there's only so many bigs in the league. Like Sean was saying, he's going to be needed on some nights. Like a Milwaukee, he might start. But like most nights, Looney's not going to be needed to start. Because it ain't that many bigs in the league.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how they're gonna do that. They run small ball like that. That's interesting.
What'd you say, Sean?
Draymond about to get exposed this year. They about to cook him.
Yeah. So Sean, now, if he do play though, Chris Paul he's not gonna. If Chris Paul take on his role, he's not gonna be needed as much.
That's what Sean getting at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I agree with you on that. He's not gonna be the same player if Chris Paul's there.
And it could be a way of them phasing out Draymond.
But they just re-signed him though.
He can get traded.
Yeah.
People
Would you pay him $25 million for the next 4 years?
People get traded every day, B. People get traded every day, B.
I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade. He's the core. You can't get rid of him. Can't.
Hey, listen, if the Celtics can trade Marcus Smart, Draymond Green can be traded. I'm sorry.
Marcus Smart ain't won him no championship though.
Okay.
Right.
But
True.
Marcus Smart was still the heart and soul of that team, and they got rid of him like nothing.
No, Jaylen Brown's his heart and soul of that team.
Oh man, y'all crazy.
I know how to make him rock back in that seat.
I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Hey, issue, you taking my place tonight? Ain't trolling?
Well, all I'm gonna say
Yeah.
is this: for all that money that this Joker just signed for, I want to see how much his game has improved from last year to this year. That's all I got to say about that. His game better have improved from last year to this year. I don't want to see no videos of you all in the pools, you holding all the weights. I don't want to see none of that foolishness. You shooting 100 jump shots. I don't want to see none of it. I want to see your game improve. If your game ain't improved a little bit, then you don't deserve that money.
Hold on. Do you want to battle today?
Let's go.
So, why do you feel like what did you need to improve on?
He needs to improve on his ball handling. He needs to improve on
Okay.
his jump shooting. He
His
needs
jump
to
shooting.
improve on that left hand.
Yeah,
Easily.
left hand too.
Okay.
So this year, I don't want to see when he tries to go left, the ball going out of bounds, him throwing the ball all over the place. Like it was just way too many. Him now, don't get me wrong, him and Tatum do turn the ball over a lot.
That's what I was about to ask you next. That was my next big question. What does Tatum need to work on? Because he be the one struggling in the big moments.
But see, the difference is I've seen Tatum show up in big moments too, a whole lot
Yeah.
of big moments. So that's why
I've seen Brown too.
But I put more pressure on Brown because if you look at it, like Tatum does this every single night. You know what I'm saying? Like Jaylen Brown doesn't do this, in my opinion, every single night like Tatum does.
To me,
so
right, man, like you.
They, to me, Brown showed up more than Tatum did in the playoffs this year.
This year,
And Tatum's supposed to be
Damn
Jordan
it.
though.
this year,
Brown's supposed to be Pippen though. He ain't supposed to be Jordan.
this year is what you just said in that sentence. This year.
Yeah.
What about the
But-
previous
And
year?
last year.
No,
Yeah, I'm saying
Tatum was
even
carrying them all last year. When they went to the NBA Finals, Tatum was carrying that team.
Who
I
showed
don't
up
know.
in the finals?
Yeah, I'd say
Tatum.
Brown showed up pretty good in the finals though, and Tatum was nowhere to be found.
Because Tatum, right,
Nowhere
okay,
to be found.
go ahead, Sean.
Playoff played good, but the finals he didn't. When he got hurt, after he got hurt, it was done.
Right.
He played good during the playoffs, but he played trashy in the finals.
He did.
Right. You talking about Tatum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
But
had a
who
good
got him
playoff.
there? Right, but who got him there to the finals? Tatum did. It
Brown.
wasn't Brown.
He
Okay,
had a good
you're right. It was
playoff.
Brown. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see some type of improvement on this game. If I can see some type of improvements, it works to me. But I've yet to see him be able to do multiple things, like going to his left hand without turning the ball over. He does it sometimes. I'm not going to not say he doesn't, but majority of the time, if that ball go to that left hand, it's going somewhere, but it's not going to the court.
I'm not gonna lie. There's been days I just seen Brown carrying them. I'm not gonna lie, like for real, he be carrying their ass.
Hey,
He
so
can't even say he don't.
Don, what's wrong with his arm though? I thought he had an injury though, while his left hand wasn't working. I read that somewhere.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he did have one. I don't recall them talking about it. But even if that was the case, I would cut him some slack. If I would have known something like that, like he hurt himself, then that makes
Right.
it big. Like I'm not gonna put that on him if I know he was hurt. But as far as I knew, he was never hurt. That nobody ever brought to my attention, or I've ever seen any reports about him being hurt.
Yeah, I think I read it somewhere that he had something wrong with his arm, but don't quote me on that. I'm gonna go Google it and see, but I think I did read that he had a problem with his left arm.
He shouldn't have been out there then.
Thank you.
But see, y'all want him to play.
No,
gotta
you
make up your
can't.
mind.
Exactly. There you go.
No, it ain't me. I'd rather them play without him.
You
You
rather
want to play? They want him to play hurt, right?
No, what
Exactly.
I'm saying is, if he's hurt and something is severely wrong with his left hand, then he shouldn't be out there playing.
Exactly.
Because
But you where the toughness at though? Like what the 90s version where you say they played on one pinky.
but that's the listen. To each his own. But to me, if you're that hurt, you shouldn't. I don't care who you are. You shouldn't be playing. If it's
But long
affecting your game that much, okay. So look at it like this, right? If you have a guy who's 70% hurt, then he can still probably play and be effective. But if you're that hurt with that hand, no, you should not be playing. That's what I'm getting at. If he was that hurt, he shouldn't have been playing.
You ain't
So what if
effective.
what if it's not going to cause more damage though? Like it's the worst it can get. He's just injured. Like you wouldn't want him playing. Like I don't know. I would rather him play at 70 than Sydney. You know, he could be helping us on.
But then how?
Yep.
But at what cost though? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna come at the cost of him not being fully healthy.
Yeah. But
Well,
see,
I mean-
it's that catch-22 though, what y'all was talking about earlier. Y'all
Yeah,
saying
you
should players
can't-
play? You know. So which one is it? Do they not play, or they play through it, or they sit on the bench?
Play.
Mhm.
That's what
What'd you say, Sean?
if you hurt, you don't play.
Severely hurt.
If that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Severely, if it was that bad of an injury, that he shouldn't have been playing then. But if it wasn't like a severe injury, then if he felt like he can play, then all right, cool. But if you're not being effective, then maybe you should just sit down. We got players
Well-
that can take your place.
So if you playing, I don't want to hear anything about your injury. Oh, this happened because of my injury. Now,
But I mean, averaging 26 points a game, I just don't know. I mean, what else do you want him to do?
Right.
He can average 50. The same way you don't like Jamal Murray is the same way I don't like Jaylen Brown. So there you go, right there. The same reason you don't like Jamal Murray is the same way I don't like Jaylen Brown. Because I never liked Jaylen Brown from the jump. I always thought we should have drafted Jamal Murray, and I've been saying that for years. For years, I've been saying that. And they was like, nah, we can do all right. No, because Jamal Murray can literally be a point guard and a shooting guard, and we've proven that, and we've seen it with Denver. So if Boston would have drafted him as opposed to Jaylen Brown, we wouldn't even be in this situation. We might even have a title by now. But no, we want to draft another same type of player. Then you're going to draft Tatum right after him. It's the exact same player. One is light skinned, one is dark skinned. That's the only difference. It's the exact same player, literally. So what is the point? Like I don't understand it. I never liked that. I never liked that. I never liked him coming out of high school and him in this dumb Philly. I never liked that dude. I never liked him at all. I never
Let it out.
Team. Sorry, my bad. Yo,
You done?
yeah, I'm finished, man.
You need to go sit on the couch, brother.
I'm
Hey, so Don, you don't see them in the Jordan Pippen. You don't see them in the Jordan Pippen mode.
No.
Because honestly, on defense, like Jamal Murray is a better player, but I think Jaylen Brown, takes on the tougher defensive assignment and allows Jason Tatum to do his thing. You don't have that if you bring Jamal Murray in.
Rome. I'm gonna ask you this. The same question I've been asking for the last couple years. Y'all keep saying this dude is a great defender. Every time I see him playing, he's always getting cooked or he's always getting driven by. Every time. Like, I don't see this defender y'all be talking about because when I see him, I always see him doing the same thing. Like, no, he's not a good defender. Like, I don't see that. He don't stay in front of nobody at all. He's always getting blown past every single time. Like, I'm not making this up. I wish I was. But if you watch this dude, like, especially once the game gets condensed in the playoffs, is a prime example. You see individuals play for a fact. And you can see all these players getting exposed for who they are. And you see him. And he literally is trailing a lot of these plays. He's not this great defender that you keep trying to claim him to be.
Well, so a lot of that is
Because he's going up against the best player too. But go ahead.
They run the pick and rolls, but like so that what y'all say happened against KD, that doesn't happen with Jamal Murray. Like that list ain't the same if you have Jamal Murray there instead of Brown. And that's my opinion. Like I do what you're saying, but like y'all say, a good offensive player is gonna get buckets regardless. Like no matter who you put him against, he's gonna get buckets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dismissing that fact, and I understand exactly what you're saying because you're that great of an offensive player. But what I'm saying to you is, if this dude is this such great defender, then he should not be getting blown past as easy as it happens. He should you just gotta watch it. Like just watching this dude frustrates me because everybody always be like, "Oh, he's a great defender," and I'm like, "Where? I don't see it. I always see him getting blown by or getting crossed up." Like all the time. And I'm just like, I thought he was a great defender. Now, Jason Tatum, I expect him to not look good on defense because he's not a good defender. So I would rather him not be a good defender or a great defender then everybody keep trying to make him out to be this good defender. He's not.
So what about with Jamal Murray though? Like with Jamal
They'll be
Murray,
worse on defense if they had
how
Jamal
many
Murray.
more points?
I wouldn't have a
So,
problem. That's where we differ at right there, Rome. Is because to me, I already know what I'm going into with Jamal Murray. I know what type of player Jamal Murray is. I already know. I know he's
Right.
going to be, but so good on defense, which is fine with me because I already know that ahead of time. But if I'm
Right.
supposed to have this great defender and he's not defending, that's more disappointing to me than the person that I already know can't play defense. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. All right, but let me say this, Don. This is my opinion. So the list does matter, like as far as like guarding somebody. But how many more points does Jamal Murray average than Jaylen Brown does right now? And because he's still gonna be the number 2 behind Tatum, right? If he come in the offense, he's still gonna be the number 2 like he is, with Joker.
But the difference is Jamal Murray can actually play a point guard position. So
I give him this.
So he can almost facilitate the entire offense through him to Tatum and to whoever else needs the ball at that time. Jaylen Brown can't do that.
Hey, Don, why is it that y'all know what a point guard does until we talking about Steph?
You wanna go now? I didn't want to say
How do y'all know what a point guard does until we talk about Steph?
because Steph is still a point guard. He is a point guard. Like I don't know why you don't want to, why you refuse to believe that. I didn't make that up. He's a point guard. But
What you just said? What you just said? Point guard does facilitates.
He does, and you trying to tell me that Steph doesn't?
He facilitates to the basket.
Hey, that's part of facilitation. Even if that's even all I can go by is what I see. And that's his position. That's what he's listed as a point guard. But you say he's not even top 5 point guards. So what are we
He's
even
not
talking
like so.
about?
I'm not saying he's not better than these cats. Like if you talk about individual, yeah, he's better. I'm just talking about the pure point guard we just mentioned facilitating. I don't see Steph as that version. Every highlight you see of Steph is shooting. Like most point guards, like Magic, you seeing passes. Jason Kidd, you seeing passes. Every time you see Steph, he's shooting. I mean, I just view him as an undersized shooting guard. I mean, like I'm not taking anything away from him, but like
Sean, can you explain to him before we had to go down this rabbit hole?
Hey, but no issue. What did he just say? A point? Issue? Did he just not say
he
a point guard?
explained,
Or whatever.
Yeah, he explained it. Yep, he explained it.
Hey, no,
So-
hey, Sean was gone. This
Yeah,
happened
he
what you said, Don. Sean was gone.
he explained exactly what a point guard
He just
is.
said a point guard facilitates.
But you make
Yeah.
it seem like he don't facilitate the ball.
Curry don't.
I'm not saying let me say this too. Curry's not a ball hog. He's not. He's very unselfish. So I'm not saying he's not. But he's just not a point guard. He's more of a shooting guard. Every highlight done. What is it? Shooting.
So, Doug said Jamal Murray's a point guard, right? He was facilitator, right?
Yeah, that's what he just said. Yeah.
And he averages 6 assists, right?
Yeah, this is what Don said now.
Just like Steph, yep.
Okay, so it's the same thing. What's the difference?
Steph's point. Steph is off of. Steph is off of like. It's not like Murray's. That's what I'm saying. Well, the assists are different. Look how Murray's passing the ball. Steph is like off of dribble hand off. Like it just be different shit. It ain't off of like assists like most point guards are doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right, it ain't. He wouldn't be if Steph was a pure point guard. Y'all wouldn't like him like we do now. We like him because he's a great shooter. That's what he do. Like I mean, and that's part of it. Like I say, I'm not saying he's better than the players are better than him, but like CP3, he's a better point guard. That's why he's starting at point guard.
Okay,
He's not a better player than Curry though.
So hold on. I got you right here, Rome. So you say it's a facilitator, right? Is a person who gets people the ball, correct?
That's what you said, brother.
What I said, right? That's what those my words, right? So how did Steph Curry average 6 assists last year?
I mean, he don't get it because of the offensive possessions they have. But
Yes,
he's still. But Don, like seriously, and I ain't even joking. I do troll y'all sometimes. I ain't gonna even lie.
What wrong?
But look, think about this, Don. Every with Magic, right? If Magic, I'm just naming 5 point guards: Stockton, Magic, CP3, Kidd, and Nash. When you see their highlights, it's gonna consist of most passing more than shooting. When you
Because
see
that's-
Steph highlight package, it's gonna consist of mostly shooting and not passing. Because he's a
Because
shooting
why?
guard.
No, that's not why. It's because of what he does. He
Right.
doesn't do it like a traditional point guard.
He's
Exactly.
getting assists off of he's getting assists off of double teams. He's getting
Right.
doubles. He's just throwing it. It's not because he's not starting the offense and throwing an assist. He's not doing that.
Right,
He's
right.
not
And that's-
doing that.
So
Right, and that's
That's
all
what
I'm saying.
hold on. So we gonna only count the assist that Stockton made to Malone.
But we're talking about facilitating, right?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. So,
So facilitating the offense consists of setting the offense up, getting things in position, and then you
Right.
get an assist.
Right.
It's not it's not
That's not-
getting double teamed and then throwing the ball and getting an assist. That's not
Right.
facilitating.
so
Right.
can we agree? Can we all agree that anything more than 5 assists is a good point guard?
No.
He's not a point guard. No.
Right. No. See, I ain't gonna lie, I agree. Now, Don, but the thing is though, he's not a top 5 point guard to me, even though he might be better than all them players outside of Magic that's a point guard.
And then you
But
say
he-
he's not a top 5 shooting guard either, right?
No, I ain't saying not top 5. He top.
Yes,
He,
you,
He-
yes, you did say that,
no,
wrong.
I did. No, I did. No, I
He's
said-
top three.
Yeah, I
Top
said
three.
he said 3. I said 3 or 4, depending on where you put
Yep.
T-Mac and Harden. He top 3
Yep.
shooting guard. Yeah,
So you don't even put Dwayne Wade in the conversation.
I don't know if he's better than Steph. I can't argue. That's what I'm saying. But if you want to put Wade there and Harden there, like anywhere from 3 to 5, Steph could be, depending on where you rank him. But he's
He's
top
the
5
greatest
shooting
shooter of
guard.
all time, though.
He is, but he's not better than Kobe and Jordan.
I'm not
So
saying
he-
that. That's why I would never put him over them too.
Yeah. So the first
Harden's
two
a better
spots-
point guard than Steph.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with you
Harden's
on
a
that.
better point guard than Steph.
I agree with that too. But so anywhere if wherever you rank Harden, Wade, and Curry, it's between them 3 from 3, 4, and 5. Outside of T-Mac, because I don't think his injuries is going to include him.
Hey, Sean, I want some of that moon rock they smoking. They smoking that real moon rock. Like
Hey, so Don, do you think he's better than Harden?
who? Steph Curry?
Yeah.
As a point
Yes.
guard. As
not
a point guard.
No, not as a point guard, just as a player,
Yes.
like as a
Player.
scorer.
If I had to pick
But-
between them two, yes, I'm definitely picking Steph Curry over James Harden.
Hey, but he ain't scored them points like Harden did. He went on a run like Harden did.
Did he or did he not have better teams than James Harden?
I agree with you on that. But I'm just saying. Hey, but you can't be biased when you talk about that.
How am I being biased? I'm telling you the truth. Did Harden not have this? Did Harden have better teams or worse teams than Steph Curry?
But that's why numbers lie though, Don, because if you look at the numbers say that Harden's a better scorer than Steph. But in reality, though,
But
But
I
I'm
would
just
never say
saying-
that because if you watch the game of basketball and not look at just numbers, you gonna know who's the better player.
and that's why the 5 assists can't count as a point guard because the numbers lie sometimes.
But I
Yes.
said six
Yes.
assists. I didn't say 5. I said 6 assists.
6
That's a total
assists. I
difference.
mean,
That's a
that's-
big difference between 5 and 6. Just like 4 and 5 is a difference. That means
This-
he's facilitating the ball. In order, I don't care how y'all slice the pie. You got to be facilitating the ball to get 6 assists. That's just
what's
bottom
that?
line.
What's that? Halliburton? He averaging 10 assists.
Yeah.
But-
Hey, so
He
Don,
passes the ball
Don,
too.
what
He's the
about
point
Wade?
guard.
Do
Halliburton
you got-
is the point guard.
Who better, Don, Wade or Steph Curry to you?
You talking about overall?
Yeah.
I personally I like athleticism, so I would pick Dwayne Wade over Steph Curry.
As a
Oh,
shooting guard. Now, okay, wow, that's tough. I can't knock you. What about you, Sean? Who you got, Wade or Curry?
Curry.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can go either way.
Yeah, I like my guard. I like that flashiness of a guard, like DeJoy and Kobe. I like those type of players, like dunking on people and stuff like that. I know Steph is not going to do that, but those are the
Right.
type of players I like. That's why I would pick Dwayne Wade over. That's
Because-
the reason why.
Yeah, because they're true 2 guards.
And so who you got? Take injury aside. Who you got? T Mac or Curry, Don?
I'm still gonna go with Curry. Curry.
Okay, what about you? What about you, Sean? T Mac or Curry?
Who do I like?
Yeah, who you think better, T Mac or Curry?
Who I think is better, or what are you asking me?
Yeah, who better, T Mac or Curry?
Who's better?
Yeah,
Who's better? T-Mac is better. Who do I
Okay,
like?
cool.
Curry.
gotcha. So okay, cool. I can agree with that. So to me, T Mac injuries aside, third best shooting guard. Wade, what's called Wade, Harden, and Curry, depending on who you like. That's who fourth and fifth to me. But Kobe and Jordan got the number one spot. With Jordan and Kobe, how you want to rank them? But outside of that, that's why I say Steph Curry, he top 5 though. You can't put him. Only person like Dunn with you, I can see somebody putting Wade there. But other than Wade or Harden, I can't see nobody else in the conversation for top 5 shooting guard.
So you asking me what are you asking? Or
No, I was asking who you thought was better. Hello, man. Let me think. Who is better, Curry or T-Mac?
You ain't got no damn sense. So basically, you trying to turn the argument to being who is the third best shooting guard, right? But
He'd be better off if he come with that argument than point guard.
But y'all just said he's not a point guard though. So how you?
That's my whole point.
Which one is it? Is he a point guard? Or is he a shooting guard?
To me, he's a shoe.
Yeah, he's a shooting guard, undersized shooting guard listed at point. That's what he is to me. But he's
hold on. So let me ask you this last question about.
So what point guard do you know averages 29?
Did he come into the NBA as a shooting guard or as a point guard?
2.
He's listed as a point guard.
No. That's not the question I asked. The question was when he came into the league, was he a shooting guard or was he a point guard?
He's listed as a point guard.
Thank you. So he came into the league as a point guard.
Hey, but Don, seriously though, him, AI, and Kyrie, all of them are really undersized shooting guards. There's combo guards. That's really what they do. They listed as point guards, but they're not point guards.
But they're scoring guards, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So because they are scoring guards, but they came into the league listed as point guards, correct?
Agree.
Okay, so then you can't decide to change his position now to a shooting guard if that's what he came into the league as. He didn't get any taller. He didn't get any shorter. He came in as a point guard.
Right, because he was too little to be a shooting guard.
Thank you.
This is reality.
It's reality. It's the truth.
That is not the truth. He came in as a point guard. If you go back to look at it, when he first came into the NBA, right, he was listed as a point guard for a reason because he was going to be a point guard. It wasn't until Mark Jackson got there and allowed him to start doing all of that shooting. Up until that point, he wasn't shooting like that.
And he wasn't the player he is today before that. It wasn't until the shooting came along. Because if you take his jump shot away, he ain't even top 10 in the league. I mean, you take that away, he's nothing.
Go ahead, Sean.
So
get off
play
your
the game tonight or what?
Say it again.
Are we gonna play the if game all night?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not an if. I mean, he's really a shooting guard. That's really what it is. So
y'all know it.
Let me ask you this: the midget Isaiah Thomas that played for y'all, is he a point guard or shooting guard?
He's a point guard.
He's a scoring guard.
He's always been a point guard. He's always been a point guard. Go back and look at him when he was at Washington. He was the point guard. He's always been a point guard.
He was a scorer. He's too small to be listed as a shooting guard.
Roman's cooking. He's really kicking facts though, like for real. He is because you can't it shows on paper that they're point guards. They're really not point guards though. Y'all know, y'all watch enough basketball to know that dude's not really a point guard. Like you know that. Like he's really like when you watch enough basketball and you know that this dude's really a 2 guard. You know that he's not really facilitating nothing. He's not doing nothing that a point guard does.
Right.
So don't you can't change the narrative when it's because he's listed as a point guard. It's not true. Right. He's not really a point guard. So and you know it.
Hey, he looked like Reggie Miller and Rip Hamilton running around.
Right.
That's
exactly. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Your point guards are not playing off the ball like that.
Hold on. Do me a favor, Issues. See how many assists did Reggie Miller average? Just out of curiosity. I'm just curious to see how many assists Reggie Miller averaged.
No, but
the offense was ran different. That offense is ran around like that.
Right, exactly. It was only one scorer on the team.
Yes, I'm saying.
Right, they got he to play with KD.
See, no, you missing the point. If everybody could do it, like y'all are saying, Reggie Miller should average.
It's two different things, Don. Like they scored 60-some points in the fourth quarter during them games, and some of them they had the possessions was much less. So they touch the ball more now, and so they get more possessions to get assists out. That's a big difference when they play that slow down ball in the 80s and 90s.
What? Okay, let me ask y'all. What's y'all definition of a true point guard? What is your definition? I want to know that. I'm interested to hear that.
Sean like scores though. He's always
Like-
said it. He like a
What
motherfucker
is
bust
it?
his ass.
I just want to know what a point guard is.
So in
I
my
want to know.
opinion, I'm about
Yes.
to tell you. In my opinion, a true point guard.
Adam, give me a player too. I want to know a player.
I'm gonna give you a player. In my opinion,
Okay.
a true point guard was like Steve Nash, was like Chris Paul. They could score and they could pass the ball. The same thing Steph Curry does. He can score and he can pass the ball. I don't see the difference.
Steph Curry is turnover prone, man. Like if he touched the ball a whole lot,
No, that's
he's
not
gonna
what
turn the ball over.
that's
Nash was turnover prone too. He was turnover.
people make
And-
turnovers. Like that's how I know he's a point guard because he turns the ball over.
Listen,
You're a point
listen,
guard,
and
you're
not
turning
and
the ball over because you have
and
the
not
ball
only-
all the time.
not only that, Nash wasn't good until he got with D'Antoni, and then that was the only reason he was good.
But did he or did he not turn the ball over a lot?
Nash,
Yes.
Nash is
I ain't gonna lie, I like Nash. Like so, I ain't gonna lie. Like so, to me, like
What's the
But-
difference between the only?
But do you
difference
think?
between
So
Curry
you
and
think
Nash-
Nash was like that dude? Like you think he was a true point guard? That's what you
Yes,
call a true
yes,
point guard? Oh,
Yes, he
okay.
was
yeah,
Go back
I ain't
to
gonna
when he was-
lie.
when
I
he was in
consider
Dallas with
Nash a point guard. I consider Nash a point
No.
guard. He's a facilitator and he
Yeah.
set people up to score.
and he
I do
can
consider
score,
Nash.
too. That's
But-
what I'm
but-
trying to tell you.
But the true definition of a point guard to me is Magic and John Stockton. Those two players, they like point guards shoot when they open. But they look-
Jason Kidd.
yeah, Jason Kidd a pure point guard. Yeah, although CP3 a pure point guard. Like that's why I say hell, Mark Price a better point guard than Steph Curry. Doesn't mean he's a
Gary
better
Payton.
player.
Okay, Broom. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad
Gary
you said
Payton was a true point guard.
that. So if you put
See, yeah.
if you put Mark Price in today's NBA, you trying to tell me he won't be averaging 20 plus points a game?
He
if
would.
not more.
He
Almost
would.
30 points a game.
He would.
But he wouldn't. Would he still be considered a point guard?
Yes, because he was still a facilitator.
It's
Like,
so
but now, Don, don't get me wrong. Now, it is gonna depend on the offense, though, and the coach. Like, it
Yeah.
depends on
It would
because
not.
he can
It
play
would
both,
not.
though.
No, it would not, because listen, if he played the same way, like you just said, if he played the same way he was playing with them Cleveland Cavalier teams in today's NBA, he would be averaging almost 30 points a game and still be giving you a bunch of assists.
Well, but you got to realize, Don, like back in those days, the point guard had the ball most of the time. Like it wasn't like this offense today. The big man, the ball went inside out. Like in the 90s, outside of Jordan didn't have a center, but the other teams, the ball went inside out and they went around it.
So
Like that's how the offense is running.
So could Mark Price shoot the ball?
He could. That's what I'm saying. That's
So
why I
was
say,
he,
Don,
was he a point guard or was he a shooting guard?
he could shoot, but he was a point guard. He passed first. If you see his highlights, it's gonna consist of passing. If you
Yeah, he
watch
just
Steph
passed
highlights-
first.
He
Yep.
was scoring 3-pointers. He was one of the first prolific 3-point shooters at that time.
Because like Rome just told you, because it went
Yeah.
inside out.
Right when he got double, he shot the
He's
ball.
shooting threes. Yeah.
With Brad Jordan, he got double. Yeah, it still went inside out. But
He
those
just
cats,
told you.
that's why I said, man, it's some shooters like now. Steph got more range. He's a better like all around shooter as far as he can shoot off anything. But there's some people from 3-point line in that can shoot just as good as him. Now, when you go back to half court and shit like that, and off one leg, that's when it changed. But Paxson, all these folks wide open jump shots, you wouldn't want them open no more than you want Steph Curry open. Even his dad, you wouldn't want him open. You know what I'm saying?
Was his dad a point guard?
Crazy to you.
His dad was a shooting guard. What you see him known for? Shooting, just like his son. He ain't known for passing.
Go ahead, Sean.
Huh?
What'd you say?
No, I said I'm about to go. They talking too crazy to me.
No, but like back in the day, there really was like real point guards. Like I don't understand why y'all don't get it though. It's just, I don't get it.
All I'm trying to say is that. Go ahead,
Do
Sean.
we have down to you for it to make sense.
Say it again.
Evolution of basketball, evolution of the game. We don't
Chris
understand
Paul,
that.
the game changed. Chris Paul still a pure point guard though.
Okay, so
Yep.
you sinners out there shooting 3-pointers, right? Are they shooting guards now? Are they shooting 3-pointers?
No, I will agree that the game has changed, but CP3 is still a true point guard, even though the game has changed. He's the
Yep.
best point guard in the league. Now Curry's a
But-
better player than him, but CP3 is the best point guard in the league.
It's never shoot 3-pointers. Only shooting guards and point guards shoot 3-pointers. Now centers are
Well-
shooting. So are they point guards and shooting guards now? Because they shooting 3-pointers.
No, they still centers, but like it's different though. You know it. But that's a good. I like that though. You thinking outside the box. You pulling the wrong now. I like that.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. So just because he shoots better than everybody else, and we clearly can see that he has a
No, he
better
get
skill.
he get more shot attempts than players do.
So Curry is not the best shooter you ever seen.
Yes, but he get more shot attempts. Like so.
Well, why would he get why is he getting more
I mean, because of the offense, like this is the thing, Don.
No,
like
no,
Curry,
no.
No, I get
Okay.
what you're saying, but
No,
he's not
the
like
reason
so.
he gets the shot attempts is because he's a better shooter. If he
No,
wasn't a
because
better
the
shooter-
game to change. Like what
The
it's
game
hard- it's
allows
hard.
him to shoot all them damn
Yeah,
threes.
No,
I mean,
okay, so tell me this: if you knew for a fact going into a game, you got two people, you got Chapman and you got Perry, right? And you got both of them going into the game, and you know for a fact that one of them, Perry is the better shooter than Chapman. You mean to tell me you're gonna allow Chapman to shoot more times than Perry, and Perry's the better shooter?
No, so this is what I'm saying, Don. Like what you call Curry religiously shoot 10 plus threes a game.
But
Reggie
you
Miller
allow
and them
him
got
to do
like
that.
3. But
you
no, the
allow him
offense
to do it,
changed.
though. But you
Reggie
allow him
Miller-
to do it because he can.
But okay, think about this, Don. If Reggie Miller and Ray Allen had 10 plus 3-pointers a game, imagine what the record would be. They got to shoot 3 to 4 threes a game, 5 maybe tops. And it wasn't like they do now. I've seen Steph Curry shoot like 15 threes a game. Almost
Okay,
23 points attempts. Go ahead, Sean.
At a quarter.
Hold
Right.
on. Because if you go on the same place I'm about to go.
What?
So you don't remember Seattle Ray? Him and Rashad
Yeah.
Lewis?
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. But he wasn't shooting like Curry and them is. He wasn't getting that many attempts.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. They weren't
look at
shooting as many threes like back in the day.
Crazy? When you had Rashad Lewis and Ray Allen out in Seattle, what are y'all talking about? They wasn't shooting out that many threes. They were shooting
they
almost 15 to 23 pointers a game.
No, I think
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Seattle Ray Lewis. I mean Ray Lewis. What's his name? Ray Allen.
No, it's Rashad Lewis.
What
Rashad
year was
Lewis and
that?
Ray Allen, when they was both in Seattle.
No,
What year do you know?
that might have been like now on a good night they might have got 15 attempts. If that, I don't see that, but Curry and them shoot that on
15,
average.
But what I'm saying is 15 not a lot.
It is. I don't think they shot that much. But Curry shoot 15 by himself. Him and Clay both.
That one, my
Yes.
point is Ray Allen was shooting those too. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why you not understanding that? It wasn't like this. They didn't just allow Steph Curry just to start shooting all these threes by himself. It was a gradual process because people
Mark
started
Jackson.
shooting-
You hit it, Don. Mark Jackson is the reason why Steph Curry. Like if Mark Jackson didn't allow Steph Curry to be himself, we might not recognize the play he is today because coaches won't allow him. Like Sean said, the game has evolved.
Right.
I get the
and
point
so-
he's making with the centers.
But
You know,
what
it
I'm
makes
saying-
sense.
But what I'm saying to you is, he was doing this stuff in college, was he not?
He was, and he was shooting. He wasn't passing.
No. So my point is, if he was doing this in college, why would you change his game to something he wasn't?
Okay, why would you make him a point guard? He's a shooting guard. I agree.
Because he was a point guard when he was there at Davidson, and he became a point guard when he was there at Golden State. It never changed.
He was a shooter, Don. To me, like that's what I'm saying. I like we'll agree to disagree.
It ain't no.
I
I
see
don't
him.
agree with you. So there's no.
I think that's what I said.
I don't
That's what I
agree
said.
with that. He's a point guard.
Right, but I'm saying you see shooting guard. You see point guard. I see shooting guard.
Yeah, me too. I don't see a point guard at all.
Then how
Why
did he
y'all-
average 6 assists? That's my whole point. If he's not a point guard, he wouldn't average 6 assists. His assists.
I just told you why he got 6 assists.
Right.
He gets doubled. He's throwing off of doubles. He's throwing off of
It doesn't
like they
matter.
run an offense. He's getting assists off the offense the way the offense is ran. He's not
Right, so
getting
don't-
assists because he He don't even want to pass the ball. He want to shoot.
So Don, let me ask you this.
He's not selfish like that. He's not
He's not
Shit.
selfish.
He's
I ain't gonna
not
lie.
selfish.
Shit.
Steph
Shit.
Curry ain't selfish. I can't put that jacket on. He's not selfish. He's not
Alright.
selfish. I can't even lie. He's not selfish. But Don, do you come to watch Steph Curry facilitate a game, or do you come watch him shoot?
Facilitate.
Okay.
I want to see who else he gets. Because remember, I know if I send the video to you.
I'm dead.
Okay.
But,
right. Hold on. Issue. Hey, Issue. I see what the problem is. Issue.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Hold on. Issue. I see what the problem is. Issue. I gotta join him. Let me join him. Issue.
Yeah.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
see.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, let me open up this white Hennessy, man, because that's what I need to do, brother.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
I gotta join you, man.
What I'm saying to you is, I went to the game, the Wizards game, when they played against Golden State and the Wizards, right? That's when Durant was on the team. And literally, I was watching him facilitate the ball to everybody. And then eventually, when the ball got back to him, he would shoot a three. So I like the way the ball moves when they play. I like watching Golden State play as a team.
No, I agree with that. They got the best ball movement. They might have the best offense in history, honestly.
That's why I like to see him facilitate the ball, because that means it's gonna always get to the open person. Rome, you ain't pay your light bill?
So
And
Don,
that went out.
what do young folks say? Facilitate cap.
I'm being honest with myself. I know I like to see the ball movement.
Hey, look, I think I ain't gonna lie. Like, I think the Warriors got the best offense. I think the way they move without the ball is not ISO. You gotta give them credit, and that offense doesn't work without playing Steph. I think Steph makes the offense run because how well he shoots and how far he shoots.
Oh man,
Him and Clay both. But they got the best offense in the league. It's not ISO ball like everybody else.
see, we done went over the time, and we didn't even do our NFL picks. We almost went an hour over. We didn't even do our NFL picks.
So I got my overtime in anyway.
Freaking Rome.
We can send them in.
All right, yeah, just send them in. Don't count Thursday night game, and there's 2 games on Monday night.
Okay.
There's one at 7 and one at 8. So don't include Thursday night game.
Right. The most 3-point Ray Allen ever shot was 17 in a game.
Right. That's a normal occurrence for Steph.
Yep.
But I'm going back to the point that y'all was saying that he couldn't
His
shoot
average is 13 3-point attempts
a game.
You talking about
That's a
Steph?
lot of 3-pointers.
You said Ray averaged 13 3-point attempts? That gotta be Steph.
That's what that man said.
No, that's the most. The most he ever shot in a game was 17. But the most, I mean, he don't shoot. Let's see. Hold on.
They didn't have that many possessions back then, man. Like now,
Right.
Ray coming on, it did. But when Reggie Miller was playing, they didn't have that many possessions. But Ray them did speed up a little bit, Don. I will give you that. But
So
they
it'd be
still
like, it's average 12 to 13 threes a game. That's what he'll be shooting. Yeah. That was in 2007.
Hold on, say it again, Sean.
I was asking GPS how come he could always factor all that stuff in when it's time to factor it in. They wasn't shooting that many threes back then, but now it comes to a new era of basketball, and positions are different now. We play them differently. I was trying to say centers are threes. They're not considered shooting guards. They're not considered point guards. They're considered centers that can shoot threes. Is that correct?
I mean, Sean, I ain't gonna lie, man. You're not even animated, so I gotta respect it and just say, yeah, man. I can't even troll you tonight, man. You so calm. I don't know what the hell going on. Okay, I see it now.
But centers shooting threes, that's just something new. But still, I mean, that doesn't change the position, though. They shooting threes. They don't shoot 12 attempts.
But I do get what he's saying, though. He's saying because the game is involved in every position. I do get what you're saying, and that's a damn good point.
Guard.
But the point is, y'all still never told me what's the definition of a true point guard. I don't get it.
I'm explaining it to you.
Just hear it.
So now that the game has evolved, is a new prototype point guard. You see this market point guard in the league. You see
That's
how
not a
Chris-
definition of a point guard. You're just saying that he's a point guard. You're not telling me what's a true definition. That's not. You just saying what you want to say. What's a true definition of a point guard? That's all I'm asking.
I'm
It's not because he revolutionary. That's not a point guard.
Right.
all right.
So if you were to see a point guard today, not extra Steph Curry, fuck Steph Curry, who's a point guard that you will see that is a point guard? Who's the definition of a point guard
Trae
without
Young,
Steph Curry?
Trae Young, Luka Doncic, Damian
shoot.
Lillard
Shooters.
are the guards. I just named 3. Do you want me to keep naming more? Or
They,
you
they
not
score. They score. So
They're all scorers. I said true point guard, a point
Okay,
guard, like a
So you say who's a true point guard in the NBA then? Who's
CP3.
Yes.
Who?
CP3.
And who else?
He one of the last ones left. He's the last of a dying breed.
you got Cade Cunningham, you got that
He's not a point
Indiana
I don't
shit.
Halliburton.
He's a fucking-
Halliburton.
Halliburton.
I'll give you Halliburton, but he scores too. Go ahead.
So Cade Cunningham not a point guard?
Not to me, he's not. No.
So
Hey,
Okay, I watch him all the time, but okay.
So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think AI is a point guard or a shooting guard?
he's a shooting
I think
guard.
he's a point guard. He
That's my
came in the
point
league
now.
as a point guard. Because remember, they tried to pair him with Stackhouse. Then they also tried to pair him with Andre Iguodala.
But
They
they
moved
finally got smart and played
They
the finals when they put him with a pure point guard, Eric Snow, and let him shoot like he do best.
But right, I'm not disagreeing with you. But you asked me, he was a point guard. They put him
So-
as a
No.
point guard. He played the point guard position.
So AI was really the first prototype scoring guard that y'all were talking about. It wasn't Steph, it was AI.
I never. Who said he was the first? Nobody
No,
ever
I'm
said
just
he was
no,
the
no, I'm
first.
just saying like Steph. If we talk about revolutionized, it was AI because he was a undersized shooting guard in the point guard's body.
Well, if you really want to get technical, it was Sean Resper from Michigan State, who was actually that very first one like that. He was.
I'm talking about the league. We talking about league. Appreciate it. NBA talk.
I'm done. That is NBA talk.
Sean Rushman went in the league. Who he played for and got buckets with?
Milwaukee Bucks.
How many minutes he get?
I don't know the minutes.
Exactly. we played the same, brother.
Undersized shooting guard, and so you said, and I'm telling you, the prototype was Sean Resper.
And Don, I'm telling you, I scored the same amount of points as the Giants did on Sunday. What does it mean, brother?
You did?
Yeah, we all scored nothing.
I'm just giving you the example of you said the prototype, and I'm telling you that
I really think it was AI though, honestly. Like I talk mess because
it was the first prototype with Sean Resper.
when we was talking about like, you know, when I was telling folks, I said I don't know why they won't put a pure point guard around AI. They're trying to make him something he's not. And they finally did, and that's the only time they won something when they let him be who he was.
You ever heard of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Curry. I mean, he was just as good of a shooter as Curry. And Curry got more range.
I'm just throwing some names out there. What about like Isaiah Thomas?
Same thing, but Isaiah played point for the betterment of the team, but he was a scorer too. But he could facilitate. I put Mark Jackson. Honestly, I put Chris Jackson in the same league as Steph. Steph get more attempts than Chris Jackson, but is Steph that big of? Is it that big of a difference in shooting? I don't think so. Except for when you go past the 3-point range.
Like Rod Strickland, Kenny Anderson, those are the point guards.
Right. But if you telling me if you got Mike Moore, Chris Jackson wide open, you got Curry open, you gonna feel any less by either one of them shooting? It's the same results. If they all wide open.
But would you consider Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf a shooting guard or a point guard?
He was a shooting guard. He was a scoring guard.
So who was their point guard in Denver?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember, but he was a scoring guard.
Maybe it might have been him.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember. He might have been listed. He's in the same category, undersized shooting guard though. No matter how you slice it up, man, it's the same.
They don't like the side of they don't like the undersized shooting guard. They just don't like it.
No, it's not. I have no issues.
Stand.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with him being the shooting guard, but what I'm telling you is if this is what he's listed as, and this is what he came into the league as, that's his position. I'm not making it up. I'm going by what it is. I didn't say that he was a shooting guard. I didn't say he was a point guard. He came in the NBA listed as a point guard. And
Okay,
that's
we
the-
agree.
I
Listed. I agree with you. He's listed as a point guard. I agree with that.
At what point did I say that he was listed as a shooting guard? I never said that. I said
His
they
true
have him
position
listed
is-
as a point guard. He
Right.
plays the position of a point guard because that's his list. And that's what he's listed as. I've always said that. I've never changed that. And I just said it just so happens to be a great shooter in the same token. So do you gonna make him not be a great shooting guard just because of that? No, he's still a good point guard. And that's why I said there's no way I cannot put him as one of the best point guards ever because he's listed as a point guard. Now, if there was no positions on the court, that's a totally different ball game. But there are positions for a reason, so that you know who's playing what and who's doing what. If there's no positions, then you can be like, well, he's the best or the third best or whatever. But he's listed as this, so you have to
Okay.
take it for his word.
Okay, so
Was a fifth lead off the front.
if CP3 starts, right? Are they listing 2 point guards or is Steph Curry now a shooting guard?
They can still have 2 point guards.
Okay, gotcha.
They're gonna be 2 point guards.
Right.
So you trying to tell me that's never happened in history where you had 2 point
They're
guards on
gonna-
the court at the same time?
No, it's gonna be 2 and 1.
Right. he can
Y'all
play
want
his
to
natural
be
position.
y'all want to be technical. That's what
No.
I'm saying.
And I'm being technical back. That there has been times where there's been 2 point guards on the floor at the same time. You acting like that's never happened before.
Okay, but realistically, is a PG, a shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and centers that starts.
Yes.
Is Steph going to be the shooting guard or is he going to be the point guard?
Is he listed? Is he or is he not listed as a point guard?
And in the lineup, is he going to be the shooting guard?
He's gonna be listed.
as a point guard.
Right. He's going to be a starting shooting guard.
No.
When they
got him.
call him out as shooting guard, and they say
Got him.
starting shooting guard, who's going to be Steph or CP3?
If they have him listed as a point guard, they have Chris Paul listed as a point guard. That's the positions that they're gonna play. I don't understand why you keep trying to make him into a shooting guard. He's a point
Okay.
guard.
I'm
I'm not making this
okay,
up.
done.
It's a fact that he's a point guard.
Okay, so
let me ask you
when
a question.
okay.
So why do they have him in the argument as one of the best point guards then?
because they're trying to make him more than what he is. They're copying the moment. He's not top 10 best point guard. Now, is he better than all them players except for Magic? Yes.
So then why do they not list him as a shooting guard then?
Because they don't want to put him on the same thing as Jordan.
Right,
Why not?
exactly. They got to make him relevant.
Yes, they gotta make it relevant.
Why would that make sense? If you have the opportunity to make him the better than, why would you not do that?
Because he can't be better than Jordan. It's
He
impossible.
can't be exactly.
So you trying to tell me he's not a better shooter than Michael Jordan?
Yeah, he's not in the same class as Jordan though.
No, I'm asking you a question. Is he not a better shooter than Michael Jordan? Is
He's a better shooter. He's a better
Exactly.
shooter. Yes,
So
but that's
again,
it.
If he's a
But
better
that's it.
shooter,
Better shooter than ball handler.
What?
He's a better shooter than ball handler.
Okay,
And
so
that's
if he's
it.
a better shooter, then why would you not want to put him over Michael Jordan? If it's true.
But that's all he did though.
Right.
But it
He don't play
matter. If he's
defense.
better than, why not you? If you saying he's better than him in that, right? That's both of y'all saying that. So then why would you not want to put him over Michael Jordan if he's better than them? Better
It's been plenty of better shooters than Jordan. They don't mean they're a better player.
I'm talking about shooting. All I said was shooting. I'm not saying
Reggie Miller a better shooter than Jordan, but that don't mean he's a better player.
So is Reggie Miller a better shooter than Curry?
I don't know.
From 3-point, I say from 3-point in, the Curry is all the same. With Curry,
Yeah.
what separates him is when you
The
go
range.
back. Yeah, the range.
Mhm.
He got shit we ain't seen before.
Hold on. So Steph Curry can't dribble the ball to the hole. Steph
He
Curry
can-
can't hit the mid-range
that's what I'm
shot.
saying. He don't have any weakness on from shooting.
Off it.
Like
Yeah.
that's what separates him. Like he can shoot off the one. He can shoot any kind of shot you need. That's what separates Curry from any other player. Like Clay,
It's a simple question.
Clay might be a better
It's a simple
catch and shoot
question.
player, Don.
It's a simple question. Is Reggie Miller better than Steph Curry? It's a simple question.
I wouldn't put him better than Steph. Steph, I've seen him do too much. No.
So you have no problems with putting Steph Curry over Reggie Miller, but you don't want to put Steph Curry as a better shooter over Michael Jordan.
He's a better shooter. I didn't say that. He is.
Well,
He's a better
we're
shooter
talking
than
about
Jordan.
overall player though.
So then why do they keep putting Curry in that position or that category as a point guard if he's a better shooter than what you just said than Michael Jordan. Because to me,
Because
if he's a better shooter than Michael Jordan, he would be up on that list.
But it's not about it's not all about shooting. It's about all around game. It's not just shooting.
Okay, so his all around game. What average would you, if you had to grade Steph Curry average all around game? What would you grade him as?
A on offense.
No, overall. I'm saying overall. What would his grade be overall as a player?
Well, I don't know what he'll be. A B? Shit.
Yeah, he in the top tier to me.
Yeah, he's not. It's not.
He don't play defense. That drops him a lot for me.
Okay, so what grade would you give?
All he is just offense. He's not nothing else.
I give him 100. I give him 100 on offense and a F on defense.
Right. He don't do nothing. He don't bring nothing else to the table.
Hold on. What you saying, Sean?
I say you're talking to two people that only watch highlights. Forget about it.
Oh.
I watched the game. Hey, so let me ask you this: and I'm being serious. If Steph Curry's jumper is broke, and he's just broke this game, would you still want him in the game?
Yes.
And you would want him in the game for what reason?
Because he's always have an opportunity to hit the shots.
But I'm saying he's broke.
It don't matter. I would rather him be broke and still shooting than anybody else.
And now he's a liability on offense and defense.
That happens. You ain't gonna be on every night. It happens.
Right.
So I'm gonna restrict him from scoring because he's off right now. At any point, so you trying to tell me you never seen this dude have a bad shooting night beginning and then all of a sudden catch fire?
No, I'm just saying if he's off, like this is what I'm saying. Like Steph Curry only impacts the game if he's scoring. He don't have the same impact like assists and stuff like that. Like Magic Johnson could dominate a game without even scoring the ball. Steph Curry's not that type of player.
Boom.
Yeah, he's not.
Hold on. Go ahead, Sean.
Watch the games, right?
Yeah.
So you watch them play against the Kings.
Yeah.
So what happened at the end of the Kings game?
No, he did, but I've also seen him. He played decent.
Kings game, game 7. Who was Steph Curry guarding?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember.
Fox.
De'Aaron Fox. Was De'Aaron Fox one of the top point guards in the playoffs this year?
Yes.
So
yes.
I ain't gonna lie. He might have guarded in one possession, but Clay used to guard his man. I mean, we being honest. Clay guard the best. Clay always guard his man.
Oh my God.
Now, you talking about one play, but you talking about 90% of the game. Clay is guarding the best point guard before he got injured.
Yes, I asked you, was De'Aaron
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if he was guarding him at the end. I don't remember that. But if it was, it was one play. It was a switch.
Was De'Aaron Fox one of the best point guards in the playoffs this year?
He is.
Okay, so Steph Curry was guarding him at least 80% of the time.
I think you high, brother. Ain't no way in hell.
He was. He actually was. He was. Go back and look at it.
I haven't seen that. So who was the two guard? Who's the two guard then? Because Clay always guard his man.
But he wasn't guarding him.
Who the hell was the two guard over there?
Steph Curry was guarding him.
If he wasn't guarding him, that means he had just as good of a shooting guard on him. Because that's what they used to lose at. Like when McCollum and Damian Lillard was there, they used to beat them because Steph couldn't guard either one of them.
They always hide Steph. Like they just hide him.
He might have guarded him in that one play, but he wasn't guarding the whole game.
You don't want him to stop the greatest players ever.
He could give if he can move that fast on offense, he should be able to move on defense too.
But he was checking him. He got the actual turnover to end the game too.
Maybe at the end of the game, but he wasn't guarding him all game. I used to. Only reason I know because I used to. My cousins like Steph Curry, and I always talk about how Clay had to guard his man, and he's been doing that every year. Except now he was hurt. You know, Clay haven't recovered, so maybe he did this year. But in the prime when they run, Steph wasn't guarding the best player. He was
nobody.
He guarded Tony Allen in Memphis. That's who he was guarding. He wasn't guarding any good players.
GPS, you just said if Steph Curry is not shooting or hitting shots, you wouldn't want him in the game. Now,
right, I wouldn't.
Okay, but he's in the game at critical crunch time. At the end
I've
of the
seen
game,
I've seen him sit out in the critical crunch times too.
Yeah,
I
he
have, I
couldn't
have
guard nobody.
done. Am I lying? Have Steph Curry been sat on the bench at the end of a possession because he can't play defense? Yes or no?
No,
That's facts.
Right.
no, because you're not trying to listen to what Sean's trying to explain to you.
No, I get what he's saying, but he's been set out for the same reason. What he's trying to say now,
No, but
I've
no.
seen him sit out the same reason because he can't guard nobody.
What I'm,
Yep.
you said would I not want him in the game, and I'm
No,
telling
no,
you, I
no,
would.
I'm asking, have you seen him sit out before because he couldn't play defense?
Let me answer the question first. The first part of the question was, would you have him in the crunch time? And I said yes, I would, because
On defense.
let me finish. You
Okay.
said can he still impact the game, and I said yes, he can still impact the game. When you was like, no, he can't. I was like, well, what good is if he's not shooting the ball? Technically, he's still good because why? If they're gonna still send double teams at him, they're not gonna let him keep shooting open shots because he's gonna get open shots for other people. That's why you keep him in the game no matter what. You don't take him out the game. I don't care how broke he is, because the mere fact that at any point in time he can go off. So you would rather take your chances of sending double teams at him and getting the open man. That's why you don't take him out the game. I don't care how bad he is on defense.
Okay,
You gotta supplement the
okay, cool.
defense.
I can't argue with that, Don. Like, so I will agree because even though if he's broke, he can create doubles because they know how well he can shoot. But at the end of the play, you need a defensive stop. Are you putting Steph in the game? If you're the
Yes.
coach.
Why wouldn't I? Why would I
Do
not?
you want your job?
Yes. Okay, so look at it like this. If I take him out of the game, right? What happens if they miss the shot? Then what?
No. This is last possession. The team
what
got
I'm
one
saying.
possession. You ain't getting the ball back. The team you just need to stop. It's Steph Curry in the game.
So I'm gonna ask you this again.
He's probably gonna be on the bench.
Game?
You need one stop. No, the game, like, it's only enough seconds for the other team to score. It ain't no defensive rebound. Would you have Steph in the game to with your job on the line to help win this game?
If he got me to that point, why would I not have him in the game?
Gotcha. It's cool,
That's
brother.
They refuse. They refuse.
Yeah,
If he
that
got
is
me to
now.
that point, if he got me to that point, why would I not keep him in the game?
And Don, you telling me you never seen Steph got set out of the game because
No,
of
I'm
defensive
I
possession?
haven't. No, I have not
Okay,
seen
okay.
it. He hadn't
Okay.
played in the crunch time. I haven't seen
Okay.
it.
I'm talking about
Never.
the end of possession.
Never.
No, I'm
Never.
serious. Like, I've never seen that not happen.
Damn, these brothers got selective amnesia, man.
Yeah. They
No,
do. You've
bro.
never seen him. They put him on the bench because he couldn't. Then they sub him back in on the
Right.
offensive end.
So
You
listen,
never seen that? Oh
Right,
my
but-
god!
You
show me
ain't
the
telling me.
video. All I'm saying is show me the video of it. Show me the video of it. If y'all saying it happened, just show me the video of it.
Hey, but Don, you remember Ray Allen shooting 13 threes 20 years ago, but you can't remember having a couple
I
seasons?
don't, because I don't remember him sitting out. That's what I'm saying to you. Just
I
show me
got
the
you.
video.
I'll send it to you, brother. I got two ideas to send to you.
That's all I asked for. Send me the video. I gotta get off this phone, man.
Hey, it's your idea what they smoking, brother.
I don't know, bro.
Hey, but hey, Sean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't. I'm not. I don't know if I like. Is it the sleepy version, man? I'm used to you getting pissed off and yelling at us, man.
Yeah, he's calm today.
All right,
He
I
must
want
got
Coach,
some of that. He got that. You feel me over there? What you got,
Right.
my boy?
I want Coach Carter back.
You ain't listening, so what's the point?
Cause that's what usually riles you up. I used to not pay attention on purpose, so I can hear you. Fuck y'all. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
I'm out of here, man.
Here, here the Ben did it.
I'm out of here.
I'm surprised he didn't get it yet.
Right.
Y'all motherfuckers.
Right. I've been